नमस्सर्वेभ्यः कक्षायां स्वागतं प्रार्थनया प्रारम्भं कुर्मः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा हरिः ओं तत्सत् तु गतकक्ष्यायाम् अस्माभिः षष्ठपाठस्य व्याकरणांशानां ज्ञानं किञ्चित् प्राप्तं। तत्र प्रथमतया भविष्यत्कालरूपाणां धातूनाम् अथवा क्रियापदानां भविष्यत्कालरूपाणां किञ्चित् अभ्यासः कृतः। तत्र लृट् लकारे यथा गमिष्यति गमिष्यतः गमिष्यन्ति इत्यादि रूपाणां ज्ञानं। तदनन्तरम् अस्माभिः तृतीया विभक्तेः योजनं कुत्र कुत्र भवति वाक्यस्तरे, यथा करणकारकम् इति उच्यते किल। तत्र यथा रामः रावणं बाणेन हतवान्, बाणेन इत्यादि प्रयोगाः। तथैव सः इत्यनेन उपपदतृतीया रामेण सह सीतया सह एतादृशप्रयोगाः। तथैव तृतीयमपि दृष्टम् अस्माभिः। कथमासीत् तत्र एकवारं झटिति क्रियाविशेषणं यदा भवति तदपि बहुत्र यदि अव्ययपदं नास्ति तर्हि तृतीयायां श्रूयते। यत्र सन्तोषेण करोति, गर्वेण व्यवहरति, वेगेन गच्छति इत्यादि, त्वरया धावति, प्रीत्या नमति इत्यादि क्रियाविशेषणानां प्रयोगः सामान्यतया तृतीयायां दृश्यते। अस्तु, तदनन्तरम् अस्माभिः केचन अव्ययानां ज्ञानं प्राप्तं। अन्तः बहिः दिवा नक्तम् इत्यादि तत्र केचन प्रयोगाः अपि वाक्यस्तरे अपि दृष्टाः। भवन्तः प्रायः एतस्य अभ्यासमपि कृतवन्तः। यथा अत्र सूचितमस्ति, भवद्भिरपि वाक्यान् रचयन्तु इति सूचना आसीत्। तदनन्तरम् अस्माभिः चेत्, एतदपि अस्ति चेत् इत्यपि अव्ययशब्दः एव, तदपि अव्ययपदं, परन्तु तस्य विशिष्टता किम् इति अत्र जानीमः। चेत् इफ् were it to happen, had it occurred, these senses. If were it to happen, had it occurred. Okay, it's not exactly like if, it's more like this were it to happen, had it occurred sense. Okay. To express the above, the word chet, it is like a connector. Okay, it's like a connector between two parts of a complicated sentence, where if something had happened, then these things, like some condition like that, if then type of nature. Okay, it should be added to the verbs in the present tense. Okay, this is very important. There is a requirement that the verb to which the chet is connected, okay, then there is a correctness to the nature of chet. Okay, so for example, karoti chet, if one does. Agacchati chet, were one to come, were somebody to come. Asti chet, if something is. Nasti chet, if something is not. So you can even negate the verb and put the condition. So this kind of, so you can see karoti, agacchati, asti, nasti, all are in present tense. Okay, so let us see the few examples now. Bhavan agacchati chet samichinam bhavati. We have to assume the second kriya pada as bhavati. This samichinam is a second phrase, or you can call it a second sentence. So the first sentence is Bhavan agacchati. Chet puts the potentiality nature to that event. It's not a declarative statement, Bhavan agacchati. Bhavan agacchati alone would be you come. It's a kind of a declarative statement. But with Bhavan agacchati chet, If you come, that sense. Okay. Samichinam bhavati. It will be proper. Samichinam is a kind of phrase used for it will be good, it will be proper, like that. Okay, it stands alone almost. Samichinam asti, samichinam bhavati, samichinam bhavishyati, samichinam abhavat. This kind of past, present, future senses you can drag with it. In this case, it is asti or bhavati. Bhavati is slightly better fitting than asti. So if you come, it will be proper. Okay. वृष्टिः भवति चेत् जनाः सन्तुष्टाः भवन्ति. So यदि तर्हि usage is there normally, no? यदि वृष्टिः भवति तर्हि जनाः सन्तुष्टाः भवन्ति. Okay, same sense of yadi tarhi is conveyed by just the single connector chet. Okay, vrishtihi bhavati chet janaha santushtaah bhavanti. Okay, so if you can see, the chet introduces a potentiality of a future expectation of something to happen. Though the vrishtihi bhavati is in present tense, the chet introduces that if it happens so in the future, but we don't shift to generally to bhavishyati. So we don't need to say vrishtihi bhavishyati chet janaha santushtaha bhavishyanti. It will not be inaccurate if you use that way. Generally it is used in present tense. That's um, here they have said should. So I need to cross check this with more serious grammarians. What will be wrong if I say vrishtihi bhavishyati chet janaha santushtaha bhavishyanti? Nothing sounds perfectly fine of a potentiality in future, all in the future. So okay, but I think bhavati chet anyway is almost like bhavishyati, in that sense. Okay. Samayah asti chet mama griham agaccha. If there is time, come to my home. Then come to my home. See, okay, earlier one, I don't know whether I translated. If it rains, then people will be happy. Like that. Okay. See, that will is there without bringing the future in the sense. Bhavanti is also in Vartamana. Bhavishyanti is not been deliberately put. It's sufficient. The chet, just like sma puts things into the past, chet little bit puts things into the future. It has that power in it. Samayaha asti chet mama griham agaccha. See, command. Okay. So if there is time, come to my home. See, you don't necessarily to have fixation in the second half. You can have command. You can have statement like verbs. So abhyasam karoti chet bhavan uttirnah bhavati. If you do practice, abhyasa generally means repetition in Sanskritam. In grammarian's term, it is called repetition, but that essentially means practicing something over and over. Okay, so abhyasam karoti chet, that's a karma pada to kru dhatu. Abhyasam भवान् इति अस्ति किल, तो भवान् इति तत्र प्रथम पार्श्वे अपि भवान् अभ्यासं करोति चेत् भवान् उत्तीर्णः भवति इति अस्माभिः स्वीकर्तव्यं. तत्र पुनः स्थापितव्यम् इति नास्ति. भवान् इति सूचनायां त्वम् इत्यस्य प्रथमपुरुषे सूचना अस्ति. तत्रापि भवान् अभ्यासं करोति चेत् भवान् इति कर्ता, अभ्यासम् इति कर्म, करोति इति क्रिया तत्र, परन्तु चेत् इत्यनेन क्रियायाः एक्स्पेक्टेशन् इति आविर्भावः इति वाक्यमपि तत्र उक्तमस्ति. भवान् उत्तीर्णः भवति. सो इफ् यू प्राक्टिस् यू विल् पास्, यू विल् सक्सीड्. See the uttirnaha, how it comes. Okay, tarana means to cross. Okay, tarana generally of course means to swim also, but uttirnaha means the fellow who has crossed the difficulties and reached the other successfully the other shore. So it is constructed from that. Okay, pustakam grihe asti chet aniya dadami. Pustakam grihe asti chet. So asti now points to pustakam as the karta. Okay, pustakam grihe asti is a statement. The book is at home, but chet makes it conditional. So pustakam grihe asti chet, if the book is at home, then if and then both are conveyed by chet. Aniya dadami, ata pustakam aniya dadami. So this aniya is a having brought. It's called lyabanta. Okay. Neetva athva aniya. Because neetva, ni is a pure dhatu, we have to use tvanta, neetva. Because there is a ang upasarga, aniya. So we have to switch to lep. So having brought. So having brought what? Pustakam. So pustakam carries forward. Pustakam aniya aham tvam tad dadami. Tvam. I'm assuming aham tvam all that. Aham is implicit from dadami. Tvam is also implicit because I'm giving to someone. So pustakam grihe asti chet aniya dadami. So samichinam, well, good. Aniya, having brought. Okay. All right. Any questions?
Sir, one question here. This Naya is to take, na? Naya. And
Anaya, Ayanayanam is to bring.
Aniya, so Aniya doesn't mean that if the book is in the house, bring it and give it to me.
Aniya dadami simply means, Aniya simply means having brought, just like they have said, having brought.
Okay.
Neetva means having taken, Aniya having brought.
Okay.
Just like gachati, agachati. So gatva, agamya, like that. Okay.
And sir, this they have said that use it in the present tense. Even if we have something like if it had happened like that, it would have been good. Something like that in the past. That also.
It seems like it won't be out of picture to do that. For example, tada pustakam grihe asit chet aham adadam tam, like that. Okay, I would have given it to him. It doesn't sound off. Okay, so to indicate that if in the past something were there in the past, I would have done something, is not incorrect. That's why I was little put off by the should be added. I will cross check because to me it sounds perfectly fine. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yadi tarhi, for example, doesn't put any such condition. Yadi varsha agata chet hyaha tarhi adya jalam samyak syat. Something like that we can say, no? We can look at a lake and say, if yesterday it had rained, today water would have been proper, something like that. Why not? So why there should be a present tone to the...
Amal. Amal is enough, isn't it?
Huh? Begini?
The word amal, water would be enough.
I am not able to understand this amal.
Okay.
Alam.
Alam. Yeah, alam, right.
Okay. I was thinking how to solve the puzzle. Alam.
Okay, sir.
Sir, what would be the English translation for the fifth one?
Pustakam grihe asti chet aniya dadami.
Yes.
If the book is there at home, I will bring it and give it to you.
But then it is saying having brought, right, sir?
Aniya, I will bring it. Okay, I will say the English this way. All right. If the book is at home, having brought it, I will give it to you. What is wrong? I have to throw the it in English to complete it. Having brought the book, I will give it to you. Like that. Okay. The sense is only given. You should not look to place the similar pair over there. Some equivalent English. You just whatever you can use in English, you use. But the sense is having brought. Okay, that's all. Not literally.
Okay.
Don't look for literal translations like that between languages. Any two languages. Don't look for it. Yeah. Look for the sense of the bhava of that phrase. That's all. Okay. Like, for example, you see above is were it to happen. Can I just throw were it to happen in the sentence? I will twist all around the bush to put it in if you want. Pustakam grihe asti chet. Were it to so happen that the book was at home, I can bring it in. But who will? People will laugh at me for building constructs like that. Some places were it to happen will fit. Some places if then will fit. Some places had it occurred will fit. I mean, yeah.
Right. If then suits more, right?
If then suits very easily. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The following indeclinables are correlatives used together always. So actually, if you attend, if any of you have attended Dashadina Shibiram, which is the best way to get entry into the world of Sanskritam, the Samskrita Bharati is Dashadina Shibiram, where they make you spend some 20-22 hours, 2 hours a day, learning spoken Sanskritam, taught entirely in Sanskritam. Then all these things are taught with lots of examples. But anyway, let's look at that. Since they introduced Chet, they're introducing other pairs for us. Okay. So tada, yada, tada, when, then. Okay. The sense of yada, tada is when, then. Okay. Yada Ramaha agacchati, tada Lakshmanaha api agacchati. When Rama comes, then Lakshmana also comes. Like that. Okay. Yada, tada. So the da gives the time temporal reference, right? When, then. Okay, it's a time thing. Okay, so it's not locative in space, it's locative in time. Okay, yada, tada. Then yadi tarhi is exactly like chet almost. Maybe it's maybe even more powerful than chet if there are some rules restricting chet usage with current tense and all that. Then I doubt that. But anyway, it's to my mind it's equally powerful. So yadi tarhi. Yadi Ramaha agamishyati tarhi tatra Lakshmanaha api agamishyati. If Rama comes, then Lakshmana also will come. Like that. Okay. Yavat tavat. As long as, so long as. That is the sense of yavat tavat. I wish I had thrown in the English equivalents here. It's okay. Try to remember that. So yavat tavat. As much as long as, that sense. As much as long as sense is there in that. Okay. Tavat, that much, that long. Okay. Much or long depends on the context. Okay. So yavat shakyate tavat karyam aham karomi. ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಗತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. जितना हो सकता है उतना करूंगा. That जितना उतना of Hindi na same thing of yavat tavat. Okay. हाँ. So यदि तरही, for example, यदि itself is there in Hindi. यदि हो सकता है तो मैं करूंगा. तरही is not put explicitly. तो is put in its place. यदि हो सकता है तो मैं करूंगा. That sense is यदि तो is used in Hindi. यदा तदा I don't know. जब भी कभी प्रायः. जब भी राम आता है तब भी तभी लक्ष्मण भी आता है. That is the यदा तदा sense of Hindi. Okay. I am using Hindi because I know all our South brethren also know Hindi. Then yatha tatha, another pair. Any question? Somebody unmuted?
Oh, yatha, tatha, and yada, tada. Thoda confusion. I have a confusion.
We will use examples and solve it. Not a problem. Yada is about time. Yata is about comparison. Okay. Yada is simply about when, then. Okay. When somebody does something, then somebody else does something, or that same person may do something else. Okay. That is yada tada. Okay. That's more about time. When, then. When is clearly and then is clearly about time. No. Whereas yatha tata is just as even so. Just as even so is the sense of yatha tata. So yatha Ramaha Banam मारयति तथा एव लक्ष्मणः अपि बाणं योजयति. योजयति will use. यथा रामः बाणं योजयति तथा एव I have added for color. तथा एव, we in fact make it a compound like तथैव most cases. तथैव you will hear. But तथा एव like that only. அப்படியே like that of Tamil, or hange of Kannada. Vaisahi. Jaisa Vaisa is yatha tata. Okay. Jaisa Vaisa
In
is.
Hindi, it is like, sir, in Hindi, it is like yatha raja tatha praja.
That is Sanskritam, Bhagini. What is Hindi in that? See, Hindi it is not yatha. Hindi it is jaise vaise. Okay. Hindi is little more influenced by modifications that has happened over time, just like it has happened when we come to our tongues, right? So jaise vaise is the authentic Hindi pair. Okay. जैसा वैसा जैसे वैसे अत्र लिङ्गभेदः अस्ति, तत्र लिङ्गवचनभेदाः सन्ति. तो यथा तथा, okay, is like just as, so also, that kind of thing. Just as Rama engaged the arrow, so also in the same manner, in the sense Lakshmana also engaged the arrow. Okay, so like Bhagini just now used a phrase, yatha raja tatha praja. So yatha raja bhavati tatha prajaha api bhavanti. That is the sense of that phrase. Okay, just the same way as the king is, the the citizens too will be so. Like, that's the sense of that yatha tata. Yada tada is time related. So it's different, quite different. Is that clear to someone whoever was confused? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then
Clear.
yadyapi is actually a compound of yadi only. Yadi api, the same yadi you saw earlier, no? Same yadi only, but with api, tathapi gives a nuisance. Tatha coming from this and yadi coming from that. See the yadi tatha. Okay, so yadyapi tathapi. Okay, this is another type of pairing. So where yadyapi, even if, tathapi, even then, even if it is a very difficult job, even then I will carry it out. So yadyapi karyah bahu klishtaha tatapi aham karomi eva. That kind of sense. Okay, so it's like, even given the fact that something is very tough, easy, unattainable, any number of things can be there. So something, some bhava is there about that being easy or tough or something out of ordinary at least. Then even then I will do it. So yadyapi dhanam nasti tathapi karyam karomi, something like that. Okay, all right. So yada tada, yada. So we will see their examples. Okay, they have given some examples. Rather than struggle, we will go through all their examples. I just pre-introduced. Technically, I should have. Okay, I didn't. I should actually introduce some rough English equivalents for those, but we will get it through the example. Samskrita Bharati is going about the right way. Yada tada, when then. Oh, they have given here. They have given here what I am blind. Okay, when then. Very clear they have given here. Yada dharmasya glanihi bhavati tada devaha avatarati. This yada tada in quote is only for demonstration. Yada dharmasya glanihi bhavati tada devaha avatarati. When there is hrasa or decline of dharma, then God will come down. This is this eternal hope by which we keep quiet for everything. Okay. Okay. All right. Yada dhanam labhyate tada bhikshukah santushtah bhavati. When the money is obtained, okay, then the beggar will become happy. So when then, so at time, the time at which he gets the money, he will be happy. That sense, time sense is there in yada tada. Okay, but you can put the same tense, same thing in yadi tarhi also. They're not, but the angle is different. Yadi dhanam labhyate tarhi bhikshukah santushta bhavate. If he gets money, then the bhikshuka will be happy. There is no referring to the time at which the happiness is obtained. It is like conditionality of money being. This is loosely similar, but in some places it will be quite important to change from one to the other. Yada vasantakalah tada kokilah kujati. So bhavati asti has been dropped by them. Okay, the adhyaharana we have to do. Yada vasantakalah bhavati tada kokilah kujati. So when it is spring time, then the kaku does the cooing. English also has a similar phrase, kaku cooing, kokilah kujati. Okay. Yada suryastah bhavati tada pakshinah needam pravishanti. So when the sun sets, then the birds will enter the their home. Nida is their nest. Okay. So they will enter their nest. Needam, nest is he. Okay. So yada tada. All right. So yadi tarhi, quite different. If then. Okay. Yadi viramah asti tarhi agaccha. If there is a break or time or some vacation can be extended meaning also. If there is a vacations or a free time, then you come to my home or wherever. Okay. Yadi viramah asti tarhi agaccha. So there is a lot sense in the second half, but okay. हाँ. यदि पुस्तकम अस्ति तर्हि प्रदर्शय. This is also in command mode, in agraha. So if the book is there, then show it like that. Pustakam pradarshaya, tam pradarshaya. Okay. Sorry, tat pustakam is napumsaka. We cannot say tam. Okay. So tat pradarshaya, tat te tani, tat te tani. Okay. Pustakam pradarshaya or tat pradarshaya. Yadi karyam samaptam asti, tarhi bhavan gacchatu. Yadi karyam samaptam, tarhi bhavan gacchatu. If the work is finished, then you go. You in third person. That's why gacchatu instead of gaccha. Okay. Yadi karyam samaptam tarhi gacchatu. If the work is finished, then you go. If then, very simple. Yadi samayavakashah labhyate tarhi agachami. Agamishyami. Anything can be there. So yadi samayavakashah labhyate, if time becomes available, tarhi then agachami. I come. Okay, I have to translate it as I come, but sensibly we are forced to say I will come in English. Okay. Huh. Pradarshaya, you show. See, that's that one. Samayavakasha, leisure, or avakasha means space, and samaya means time. So if there is some space for time, that means you have some time. You have some opportunity of time. That sense. Okay, labhyate is got. Parasmaipadi, Atmanepadi dhatu. So instead of yadi tarhi, chet may be used. See, they have clearly put. So you can viramaha asti chet agaccha, pustakam asti chet pradarshaya, karyam samaptam chet bhavan gacchatu, samayavakashah labhyate chet agacchami. Like this. Perfect. Okay, they have given one example. Yadi karyam samaptam chet. However, the meaning of the two sentences is same. Okay, that's what they have said. I don't know why they say. Oh, okay. However, they said in case you think they are two different prayogas, they are pretty much similar. That's what they want. Okay, then yavat tavat, this third pair. Okay, so long as. Actually, as long as, so long as. They have just put so long as. The yavat is like the as long as part of the phrase. Tavat is the so long as statement part of the phrase. So the conditional part is yavat. The resultant karana bhava is tavat portion. Okay. Karya karana bhava. Most of them have karya karana bhava. See, the condition, the action, condition, action, condition, action, condition, action. Like that. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Vishnupriya Variye, is there a question?
No, Mohadaya, I switched from the phone to the laptop.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
You can kindly, I'll mute. Okay, I think you muted. Okay. So, yavat tavat, so long as, so long as. Yavat Himalayah bhavati, tavat Hindu samskritihi tishtati. I'm not too sure. Yavat Himalayah bhavati, tavat Hindu samskritihi tishtati. So actually yavat paryantam should be taken in a sense like that. As long as Himalaya is there or stays, okay, so long does the Hindu culture stay. That's what they are saying. Okay, yavat Himalayah bhavati, tavat Hindu samskritihi tishtati. Yavat Suryah tishtati, tavat Samskritam virajate. Very strange sentences, but anyway, we'll take it. Yavat Suryah tishtati, as long as sun exists, stays. Tavat Samskritam virajate. Till that much or till then, Samskritam will rule. Okay. Saha yavat khadati, tavat eshah na khadati. This is more interesting. Saha yavat khadati, that fellow, however much he eats, See, it's slight. You see the translation goes slightly different direction. See, because kadati related to quantity here, however much is the sense we adopt from yavat. How it is flexible to the dhatu sense is important to note. Okay, so saha yavat kadati, tavat eshaha na kadati. However, so much that fellow eats, that much this fellow doesn't eat. Okay, so suddenly this yavat tavat, which had the sense of time earlier, 1 and 2, had a sense of time as the limiting factor for the thing. Here, it suddenly has taken quantity sense. Okay, so we have to notice that it has a, it doesn't have one fixed so long as long as. Huh? It is not so much as so long as long as here. It is as so much as much as in this second half. Okay, but you can take that if you want to take the duration for which that fellow eats, you can take that sense. Okay, it's not explicitly saying it's only about duration, it could be about quantity also here. Okay. Suvarnasya yavat mulyam tavat mulyam rajatasya nasti. See, very clearly this is about quantity, right? This cannot be about duration. Okay, mulyam being price. So suvarnasya yavat mulyam, however much is the price of gold, tavat mulyam rajatasya nasti, that much price or value is better translation for mulyam, value is not there for silver, but of silver is how we say, of silver not there. Okay, तो स्वर्ण का कैसा हिंदी में यावत तावत,
जितना उतना,
जितना उतना, हाँ, स्वर्ण का जितना मूल्य है उतना मूल्य सिल्वर का नहीं है. I don't know how to say silver in Hindi. I suddenly realize if I start translating how much Hindi, I don't know. Okay.
Chandni.
Chandni. Chandni.
Chandni not.
no sir,
Chandni.
Chandi.
Chandi va? Chandni no va? Chandi. Oh,
Chandni
okay.
will be moonlight.
That's what Chandni will. Okay. Chandni is like Kaumudi. Astu.
So, sir, for this yavat tavat in Hindi, you can have two things, no? Jab tak, tab tak, and jitna utna.
जब तक तब तो जितना उतना, आप ठीक बोला, क्योंकि यदा तदा से जब तक तब तक नहीं आता है, यथा तावत यावत तावत में दोनों आता है, जब तक तब तक जितना उतना. आप ठीक बोला, एक टाइम का एक स्पेस का आता है, क्वांटिटी का आता है. ठीक है, बहुत अच्छा बोला. आई थिंक वी हैव टू, more than interested in putting English phrases, we have to try and put some our local language phrases for this to get them better in our head also along with English. Correct. So this why this fixed so long as is not fitting. How can so long as fit for it is like saying the value of silver will expire long before value of gold expires, which is totally irrelevant connection. So here it is so much as so is better. Okay, yatha tatha, as so. Okay, as the king, so the pupils or subjects. Yeah, very good. Yatha raja tatha prajaha. Okay, as the king, so are the subjects. Yatha bhavan prayatnam karoti tatha palam prapnoti. So whichever effort, however much effort you put, that much fruit you will get. So here yatha is more like however much, that much. Okay, see the sense changes, however much, that much. Okay, then tvam yatha vadasi tatha eva bhavatu. Just the same way as you say, let it be, let it happen so. तो मतलब आप जो बताया जैसा ही हो, like that. जो आप बताया वैसा ही हो. Okay, जैसा वैसा only, जैसा आप बताया वैसा ही हो. If I want to go precise pairing, जैसा वैसा. ठीक है, तो हिंदी में भी जैसा वैसा यथा तथा जैसा ही चलता है. अत्र पश्यतु, जैसा आप प्रयत्न करोगे वैसा ही आप फल को पाओगे, समथिंग लाइक. ठीक है, तो मतलब वो समान है. That's why it's easy to go to Indian languages. यथा श्रेष्ठः आचरति तथा जनाः अपि आचरन्ति. तो जैसा वैसा, जैसा एक श्रेष्ठ जन आचरण करता है वैसा ही लोक भी आचरण करता है. तो ऐसा ठीक हो गया. ऑल राइट. यद्यपि तथापि, यद्यपि तथापि, यद्यपि विभीषणः अग्रजं त्यक्तवान् तथापि न अयम् अधर्मः. ओके. even if Vibhishana quit his elder brother, agrajam tyaktavan, he quit his elder brother, he left his elder brother, tatapi, even then, okay, na ayam adharmaha, it is not, ayam is a pullinga just like eshaha, okay, eshaha adharmaha. So ayam adharmaha, this, it is masculine, it is not adharma, it is not incorrect practice of life choices. How to translate? So they just put adharma. Okay. यद्यपि विभीषणः अग्रजं त्यक्तवान् तथापि नायम् अधर्मः. अलसाः यद्यपि दृढकायाः तथापि ते कार्यं न कुर्वन्ति. तो अलसाः, lazy people. Okay. Alasyam, if you remember, laziness. So alasaha are those with alasya. So alasaha yadyapi, yadyapi, even if, dridakayaha, built with good strong body. Kaya means body, drida means firm and strong. So those with firm and strong bodies is dridakayaha. Actually dridaha kayaha yasya saha dridakayaha. One with firm body is firm bodied fellow. Dridakayaha, firm bodied fellows. Tathapi te karyam na kurvanti. Even then they do not work, obviously. It's alasya that rules, not the dridakaya. Yadyapi aham sambhashanam karomi, tathapi mama truptihi nasti. Even if I do speak, okay, sambhashanam means with somebody, I converse is the better translation. Even if I converse, even if I am kind of, I do conversation, even then I am not satisfied. My satisfaction is not there. That is the literal translation. Okay. So that means I'm not happy with my skill set, this kind of sense. Okay. यद्यपि तस्य समयावकाशः अस्ति तथापि सः न आगच्छति. Even if he does have time interval available, even then he doesn't come. I mean, he chooses not to come. Is kind of a blaming type of statement. Okay. यद्यपि तस्य समयावकाशः अस्ति तथापि सः न आगच्छति. So ठीक है. तो से भी तथा भी से हिंदी में कैसा बोलना है? उसका समय होते हुए भी, होते हुए भी is the sense of यद्यपि. Okay, होते हुए भी is one sense. You can get other dhatus there. होते हुए भी भी gives the tatha portion also little bit. Okay. Any questions with this pair? Yatha tata yadyapi tatapi. I think we got the sense. We need to put our own sentences, a few more of them, then you will get this. Okay. So these are very important. Yada tada, yadi tarhi, yavat tavat, yatha tatha, yadyapi tathapi. Okay. So for example, let us apply it all to our class only. Yada kakshya bhavati tada aham agamishyami. When the class happens, I will come. Yadi shvaha kakshya bhavishyati tarhi aham tatra bhavishyami eva. In case the class happens tomorrow, then I will definitely be there. Yavat kalam kakshya prachalati tavat kalam aham tishtami. However long the class proceeds, that long I will stay. Okay. Yatha kakshayam pathyate tata mama avagamanam api bhavati. Putting the blame on the teacher. Okay. Whichever way the lesson is taught in the class, that much same way I will learn. Okay, like that. Yatha tata. Then yadyapi tathapi. Yadyapi pratidinam Samskrita kakshya bhavitum shakyate tathapi asmabhihi kakshya kakshayam bhavitum shaktihi nasti. Something like that. I am dragging. So even if it's possible to have the Sanskrit class every day, even then we will not attend such classes every day. Something like that, or may not be able to, something like that. Okay, see how we can just take one simple context, paint yourself somewhere. For example, if you are painting yourself, you have to cook. Okay, let's take the subject of cooking. You can spin this 1 through 5 all about cooking. Okay, definitely you can. Or you think of reading, you can spin 1 to 5 all about reading. So you just have to think of one simple action and then you can spin sentences around it with some katha going around. Okay, all right. So it will be nice if you practice the way I demonstrated for Kakshya. Okay. So now it's time for some very simple learning. So let us try to walk back and remember what we learned in the beginning of this sixth lesson. Okay. So we learned Bhavishyat Kala, basically Lrit Lakaraha. They didn't tell us Lrit, I am telling you Lrit Lakaraha. So how it declines. Okay. It is important to identify it Lrit because there is a different Bhavishyat Kala also available. So just to distinguish it, Lrit is it. Okay. So Lekishyati, Lekhishyatah, Lekhishyanti, Lekhishyasi, Lekhishyatah, Lekhishyanti, Lekhishyami, Lekhishyavah, Lekhishyamah. Okay, Likh dhatu goes to Lekhishyati. Okay. Then that is a Parasmaipadi declension. Okay. So for example, Yat, Yatate. Okay. That one was Likh, Likhati. This is Yat, Yatate. How does it go to Bhavishyat Kala? Lrit. Yatishyate. Very easy. Yatate, Yatishyate, Yatishyete, Yatishyante, Yatishyase, Yatishyethe, Yatishyadhve, Yatishye, Yatishyavahe, Yatishyamahe. So we will try that sense. Okay. Vayam yatishyamahe. We will try in the future. Okay. Then I have given some what you call out of the ordinary examples, right? Where the sense is quite different. The pa dhatu goes to pasyati. Okay, shya has gone to sya, and there is no pay type of the, so pasyati. So pasyati, pasyatah, pasyanti, pasyasi, pasyatah, pasyatha, pasyami, pasyavah, pasyamah. That was Parasmaipadi. And then another Atmanepadi dhatu which has a little different sound than shya shya is this labh dhatu. Lapsyate, lapsyete, lapsyante, lapsyase, lapsyethe, lapsyadhve, lapsye, lapsyavahe, lapsyamahe. So we have to be aware that there are some twists. It's not like very, very standard candy. Okay, there will be color changes. Yeah, somebody has unmuted. What is the question, Bhagini?
Mahoday,
Huh.
my query is that in all the three, I mean, main three lakars which we discussed,
I think here, I think you pointed out there was an error. You sent me a message. I have forgotten to edit it. Okay. First of all, you're right. Let me just do it straight away. This one should be Mahaprana. I think it was you, Rupa Bhagini, who had alerted me to this, right? I think so.
Yeah.
Just let me correct that. There's a cut paste problem. Okay. Wherever else that mistake is there, I will go correct it. Right now, we'll move forward. Yeah, what was your specific question, Bhagini?
yes, Mahoday, I wanted to ask this, that Atmanepadi and Parasmaipadi are followed in all the lakars.
If it is a dhatu's characteristic, okay. Generally, dhatus come with atmanepaditva, parasmaipaditva, or ubayapaditva tag to them. Okay, and that tag is there for every lakara. So it
Okay.
can decline in ubayapadis can decline in both sets in all lakaras. Okay.
No, not only Ubhaypadi. What I'm saying is, like Lat
If
Lakar,
somebody,
all the three will be there.
what do you mean by all the three?
I mean, Parasmayapadi, Atmanepadi, and of course Ubhaypadi terms will also.
You're going in the wrong direction. You just track what I'm saying. A dhatu has the property of paditva. Okay. A dhatu can be atmanepadi, a dhatu can be prasmaipadi, or a dhatu can be ubayapadi. Did you
Okay.
get that?
Hmm.
Okay. Then once it has that paditva, then the declensions will happen in any lakara according to its paditva.
Okay.
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 I'm using paditva as my own derivative in English. Okay. All right. So now also good question though. Sometimes some dhatus with some pratyayas, okay, will change to from parasmai to atmane and all that. You will notice that also. The dhatus originally may be atmane parasmai padi. Okay, then if you do some nich prayoga or some kind of transformations to them, okay, then they will become atmane in some cases. So it is a little more complex than them always carrying the same padi as was originally defined. Under some context, the transformed dhatu will become a alternate padi also. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Thank you.
and another thing we have seen in literature is that, for example, even in Ramayana and all that, okay, we have seen that the rishis actually used many dhatus that we now today think it is only atmanepadi or parasmay, and in both sense they seem to have the freedom in their kavya to decline it in both directions. That means in the ancient times they actually used the atmane sense for atmartha and parasmay sense for parartha is obvious to us from then, but now little bit fixation has happened. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Milindwarya, you have a question?
Yes, sir. Sir, one doubt. This labha dhatu. In some places labhate is used and some places labhyate is used. What is
No,
that?
no, 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 no. Labhate only, that is lat lakara. In future tense, lapsyate. Okay.
No, sir. Directly in
Oh,
this
labhya.
yadi tarhi.
That may be because of karmani nich addition. Okay. Transference addition. Okay.
Okay.
So that is the karmani mode of the dhatu. We have not yet gone so deep in the transforms of dhatus, how it. See what happens in addition to dhatu taking simple lakara transformation. Let us just take vartamana. Gacchati, gamayati. What is the difference between gacchati and gamayati? Gamayati is also lat lakara rupa. Okay, but gamayati is the same gam dhatu with the karmani nich transform applied to it. So to make someone else go rather than go oneself. So Ramaha gacchati, Ramaha Lakshmanam gamayati. Okay,
Okay.
Rama makes Lakshmana go. Okay, so the dhatu has taken gamaya sense there instead of gachati sense. Okay, that
Actually,
similar
yeah.
maybe for I am not expert enough to know whether this labhyate that what you are saying it is that. I can very quickly go to ashtadhyaya.com and cross check that yes, karmani mode it is having labhyate perhaps. Okay.
In that yadi tari, no, sir, there was one statement yadi samaya avakashah labhyate tarhi agachami. So there it was labhyate here.
Mm, 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 mm. In their own prayoga, it was there like that. Huh? Okay, I'll go back.
Yadi tari.
Yadi tarhi. Okay, here. Samayavakashah labhyate. So actually, this is karmani sense. You see, yadi maya samayavakashah labhyate. Maya, by me, time is made available. Like that, this is actually karmani transform of the dhatu applied to the avakasha is the karma pada in prathama. So because it's karmani, labhyate is having that ya insertion to track that samayavakasha. Okay, maya has to be taken there. So the first part has yadi maya samayavakashah labhyate tarhi aham agachami. So maya switches to aham in the second half, which is active voice. Agachami is in active voice, labhyate is in passive voice. You see, so a pairing is possible like that. Okay.
Okay. And one more, somewhere I read, sir, this.
I appreciate your keen eye. Good.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sir, somewhere I read this labhate, when it goes into the future tense. I don't know which internet or somewhere I read. There they had conjugated it as labhishyate, labhishyete, that way.
Okay, now be careful of all kinds of portals in the internet. Okay, please, I would say to the extent I only trust ashtadhyayi.com for tracking these things. Okay, there are
Okay.
some fellows who spun some software to produce tables for any STEM. Then because students are always searching, and they are interested in throwing advertisements around the core. For example, one website is there, Shabdarupani, like that. I mean, some website is there. It seems to also have some software engine behind it. Somebody has done some smart work, but it is not Puritan work. They have not
Okay.
gone to the depth to see whether they are doing the right declension. So
Mhm.
their prototype taking for declension is very weak. Whereas if you go to ashtadhyayi.com, it's reasonably comprehensive, understands why certain words decline this way, that way, etc. All the correct rules have been put in the if else. So the declensions that are generated, or the conjugations, I should say, the conjugations
Okay.
that are generated by ashtadhyayi.com is highly trustable. In fact, if you click on the conjugated word in the portal, you will actually see the whole chain of Panini Sutras which led to that form. You can't believe how much work has happened behind that software. Okay.
Correct. Okay. Thanks.
So when you see that effort, at least you say, okay, at least these guys are proving how they arrived at the farm. I will trust that. Okay, guys. So having practiced this couple of dhatus in Bhavishyat Kala, let us see if we can do this very easy exercise. Now it's a very easy game actually.
Sir, one more question.
Bhagini.
So what is that lakar you said? What is that actually?
Oh, okay, good. Who is questioning? Tripti. So Tripti Bhagini, basically in Sanskritam, the dhatus, they can just stay muted because I'm getting crosstalk. Yeah. So the dhatus can be, as you know, a kriya pada has tenses and moods. Even in English, that is so, right? I go, you go, I am going, you are going, I went, you went, kala, and then bhava, go now, command. Okay. So bhava as well as kala is the variation of the kriya pada, right? In Sanskritam, it's a very rich language. For the 2000 odd primary dhatus that it has, for each the dhatu, basically for the dhatus, I should not say for each dhatu, for the dhatus, there are 10 different conjugation sets available. That means there are 10 different temporal elements and mood elements associated with the kriya padas, verbs in Sanskritam. So you may ask, what 10? How can there be 10? I can yes say there is past tense. I can say there is present tense. I can say there is future tense. I can say there is a command. I can say there is a Ashirvada sense. Perhaps I can come up with 5 or 6. Okay, benediction they call it in English. In English, using Christian phrases. So I can come up with five, 6 senses. What is 10? That is because Sanskrit has very powerful Bhutakalas and powerful Bhavishyat Kala. Sanskrit has the sense of Paroksha, Aparoksha. An event that was witnessed by the one who is saying or not witnessed, a hearsay. So there is a different type of Bhutakala for hearsay. There is a different type of Bhutakala for Pratyaksha Bhut, I mean, as seen. Okay, and then also depth of time. The hoary past versus the simple past. Hoary past being, Ramayana, Mahabharata Kala, like that. Okay, we call it hoary past in English. Okay, Hoary. Okay, so that kind of 3 colors of past tense, 2 colors of future tense, one simple present tense. Okay, and then lots of different bhavas. Okay, there are 2 different ways of doing agraha. There is one way of doing benedictive statements. Okay, may good things happen to you. There is one type of kriya pada tense for that. Then there is also one more lakara used in the Veda alone. Okay, late lakara. If you take that, it is 11th lakara. So it's involved. Okay, so the lakara is the technical term used by Paninian grammarians to indicate these different sets of declensions or conjugations available for verb roots, dhatus. Okay, so lat is for present tense, rit is for future tense, lang is for past tense. Okay, and lot is for agnyartha, prarthanartha, for command, all those things. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So you are looking at a writ table here. All the 4 tables are writ tables about future tense. Okay, one of the 2. Yeah. Milind, please take your hand down if you don't have any more questions. Yeah, thank you. So let us try these things now. Pathati, patishyati, one prototype, very easy. Crowdsource the answers. A few of you can unmute and mouth along the answers. Bhavati,
Bhavishyati.
bhavishyati, very easy. Gacchati,
Gamishyati.
not gachishyati, okay? Gamishyati. This is here and there it will stump us, so we have to be ready with the transformations. Gamishyati, okay? Bhashate,
Bhashyati.
bhashishyate, sounds right? That is what it is. Bhashishyate, bhashishyate. So it's the same as yatishyate types. Modate,
Modishyati.
modishyate. Okay, like I told again, this is about pleasing. Okay, so modate, something pleases. Modishyate, something will please us in the future. All right. Likhati, already in the table. Lekishyati, slight transformation is there. Lekishyati. Okay. Yatate,
Yatishyati.
yatishyate, again from table. Very easy for us now. So that's why it is very important to memorize a few of these tables. And like I told you, if you need reference, then in the spare time that you have before you get your answer script, before you get your question paper, you can put these tables in the answer script in one of the last sheets for reference. It's a good habit. Vandate,
Vandishyati.
vandishyate, very easy. Vandate, vandishyate. Shobhate,
Shobhishyati.
shobhishyate. Okay, very good. Shobhishyate. Okay, then pujayati, pujayishyate, perhaps, no? Pujayishyati. Okay, it's also parasmai. So pujayishyati. Hmm? Karoti,
Karishyati.
karishyati. Very one important one. Kru dhatu we better mug up. It forms, and it is an important dhatu because it can be, you can put the other dhatu in infinitive and go kru dhatu. Also because it declines differently than gam dhatu. Gam dhatu is the usually one that we learn, or pat or gam we learn. Patati, patataha, patanti, like that. So, but kru dhatu has its own specific declensions and important. And another reason why kru is a good prototype also, it's an ubhayapadi dhatu. So it's available in both atmane, parasmai, and is complicated. So if you can master it, it helps us to give a clue to some of the other complicated dhatus. Okay, next is a this. So these were all the. In fact, Samskrit Bharati helped us in the a group. Everybody was not having much of a twist, fairly straightforward. Now the twist cases come for us. Okay, pibati, pasyati, nayati.
Neshyati.
Somebody got it. Neshyati. So nayati, neshyati. Somebody will lead us in the future. Okay, dadati.
Dasyati.
Dasyati. Dasyati will give us in the future somebody. Pashyati.
Drakshati.
Very close but wrong.
Drakshyati.
Drakshyati. Drakshyati, not drakshyati. Drakshyati. Okay. So drishti comes from this sense of pash. Actually, we are almost sometimes we practice as pash draksh dhatu like that. It sometimes helps to practice it with its 2 forms in the mind. Pash draksh like that. So we know it varies. Okay. All right. Labhate.
Labhishyati.
Fail.
Lapsyate.
Lapsyate. You see here, we just practiced it. Lapsyate. Okay. You are not what you call causally incorrect, but you forgot that it has a transformation. That's all. Okay. So people will understand you, but correct form is lapsyate. Well done. Upavishati.
Bhavishyati.
Upaveshyati. Veshyati will come. Very good. Vekshyati.
Upavekshya, sir.
Oh,
Vekshya.
Shakara will come. It's even more tough. So Upavekshyati. Okay. Vekshyati. Tough one. Okay. Tishtati. Stha dhatu.
Sthasyati.
Sthasyati. Well done. See, tishtati comes from stha dhatu. Actual dhatu is stha dhatu. So again, we should practice that dhatu as stha tisht dhatu. Mentally stha tisht dhatu, then it is easier. Sthasyati will come also. Okay, it changes its form. These guys have substitute rupas. Tisht, stha. Vahati, I think ksha category. I am guessing vakshyati. I am guessing. Atra odhishyati. Let's see. Vakshyati is turned out right. Okay. So only by practice we will know these things. Vakshyati. So carries in the future. Janati,
Nyasyati.
Gnasyati.
Yasya.
So janati comes from gnya dhatu. So gnasyati. Future tense seems to bring out the original dhatu forms a little bit in most places. Yeah. So da dhatu, lab dhatu, stha dhatu, gnya dhatu, ni dhatu. Okay. This is draksh dhatu. I think it is called draksh dhatu. Pash may be that substitute. Okay, then this is vish dhatu. Vish dhatu becomes vekshyati. This is vah dhatu vakshyati. Interesting. Okay. All right. So prapnoti. Prapsyati. Correct. You got it. Prapsyati. Okay. All these guys are a kshasya category, more or less. Only thing is we have to figure out is it ksha or sa. Prapsyati. Gayati.
Gasyati.
Gasyati. Okay. I think we
Kasyati.
have, by practicing the few that they have given in the book, we will be on a good wicket. All right. But yes, Bhagini? No. Okay. All right. So let us try this number 2 also quickly.
Sir,
Let us
one
take a
one
break.
question.
Huh.
This dadati and dadhati, what is the difference?
Oh, different. Dadhati is to wear. Where
To wear.
dharana poshanayoho. It is dha dharana poshanayoho. See, even now I'm starting to sound a little bit like a grammarian now and then, which is happy for me. So dharana poshana. Dharana means to wear, right? And poshana means to take care, right? So dha dhatu is in the sense of wearing something or taking care of something. So dadhati means wears or takes care. In the context, you have to take the meaning. Okay.
Okay.
Whereas da dhatu is simply dane, giving. Dane is used, the da dhatu's form only is used in the meaning. Sanskritam uses Sanskritam to explain. So simple dhatus, they don't try to pull some other complex dhatu. The dhatu pata is with the simple dhatu. It's a daily business giving. So everybody knows dana. So dane. Like that. Okay. Change the following sentences into future. How much more exercise is there? Oh, there are 2 and 3. So we will come back and catch up with these exercises. Let us take a water break. Come back and catch up with these exercises. Okay, guys? Take a quick water break. 4:40, 12:07. We will gather back. 3 minutes. Okay, welcome back. So let us try these exercises now. So little bit they have added a sentence level exercise for us. So saha nagaram gacchati, saha nagaram gamishyati. So he goes to the town. He will go to the town in the future. Okay. Balaha patham pathati.
बालः पाठं पठिष्यति.
Balaha patham patishyati. So patishyati, patishyatah, patishyanti was the prototype for us. Okay. All right. Chatraha shlokam vadati.
छात्रः श्लोकं वदिष्यति.
Chatraha shlokam
वक्ष्यति.
vakshyati. Vadishyati va vakshyati va. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Vahati vakshyati. So vad
Vadit.
dhatu doesn't go. So vadishyati only it will go. So tough for us. Okay, only by practice. So vadishyati, vadishyatah, vadishyanti. Chatraha shlokam vadishyati. So vakshyati would be he carries the shloka. I mean, that is possible in other dharmas. In our dharma, we have to tell it. Sita Geetam Gayati. Gasyati. Correct. Sita Geetam Gasyati. Gasyati, Gasyatah, Gasyanti. Every time we will take a practice to just repeat it in the tabular sense. At least in the Pratama Purusha, which is the critical one. After that, we can pretty much tell. Okay. Gasyasi, Gasyatah, Gasyatha. Gasyami, Gasyavah, Gasyamah. Very easy to decline in other. In fact, once we get Gasyati, rest are taku will go. Okay. It's like a clue. It's like the chavi. Pachakah tandulam pachati.
तण्डुलं पठिष्यति.
Pachishyati, pakshyati. We are fighting between those two. Either pachishyati or pakshyati. So it is pakshyati. Okay. So pakshyati. Interesting. So pachakah. Again, guys, if we go down to the brass tacks, no, the Gana Vyavastha, which Gana these dhatus belong to has a role in this. Okay. So that's why the Ganas are there for the dhatus. So most guys who move around in Sanskrit world now in their brain, moment they see the pach, immediately, oh, Chaturtha Gana, blub, be careful, pakshyati, like that, their brain will work perfectly. It will take a lot of time for us, but for us, for a few dhatus, we can only hope to practice and 50-50 get it right in the exam. Okay, I will be happy if at least I see the student going towards rit. That is, he is going pachishyati at least. You know, it gives me a happiness. Okay, at least he knows the lakara. Sevakah dhanam labhate.
सेवकः लप्स्यते.
Lapsyate. Well done. Okay. Sevakah dhanam lapsyate. Lapsyate, lapsyete, lapsyante. अध्यापकः छात्रं श्लाघते.
अध्यापकः
छात्रं श्लाघिष्यति.
श्लाघिष्यते sounds right. Okay, correct. अध्यापकः छात्रं श्लाघिष्यते. श्लाघिष्यते, श्लाघिष्येते, श्लाघिष्यन्ते. श्लाघ्यते वा? श्लाघ्यते? No, श्लाघिष्यते. श्लाघिष्यते only. Okay. सा प्रश्नं पृच्छति. Asks. Prapnoti is to get. It's a different. And it's not even in rit what you said. Prakshyati, maybe. Prakshyati sounds a possibility. Right. See, sa prashnam prakshyati. She will ask the question. So prakshyati, prakshyatah, prakshyanti. Aham jalam pibami.
अहं जलं पास्यामि.
पास्यामि. Okay. Aham jalam pasyami. Pasyami, pasyavah, pasyamah. Basically, pasyati, pasyatah, pasyanti. Onwards. Pasyami, pasyavah, pasyamah. Dhanikah dhanam dadati.
धनिकः
धनं दास्यति.
Dasyati. Very good. Bhagini adjusted very quickly. Dhanikah dhanam dasyati. Dasyatah, dasyanti. Pita vartam janati. Jnadato.
वार्तां ज्ञास्यति.
Gnasyati. Very good. Pita vartam gnasyati. The dad will know the news. He will learn the news in the future. Gnasyati, gnasyatah, gnasyanti. Hopefully it's a good news from his son. All right. So, Balaha Patam Patishyati, Chatraha Shlokam Vadishyati, Sita Geetam Gasyati, Pachakaha Tandulam Pakshyati, tough one. Sevakaha Dhanam Lapsyate, Labhate, Lapsyate, Adhyapakaha Chatram Shlaghishyate, Sa Prashnam Prakshyati, Aham Jalam Pasyami, Dhanikaha Dhanam Dasyati, Pita Vartam Gnasyati. That unfortunately, whereas we have this sma prayoga as a cheap past tense pusher from lat, there isn't something to push into future using lat. Gachati something is not there. Huh. Okay. Last one more. Sorry, I don't know. Last one more exam. Answer the following questions. Oh, this one is about Tritiya Vibhakti, guys. Okay. So, Krishivalah kena karshati.
कृषिवलः हलेन कर्षति
Halena karshati. Halena. That was that. Halaha. Halaha. It is called pullinga. Halaha. Halena. Khagaha kaihi dayante.
खगाः पक्षैः दयन्ते
Pakshaihi dayante. With their wings. Pakshaihi dayante. That is the. We have seen a couple of khagas there. Haraha kaihi bhavati.
हारः पुष्पैः
पुष्पैः
भवति
भवति. कंठाहारः तु मौक्तिकैः भवति. सामान्यहारः तु पुष्पैः भवति. हारः पुष्पैः मणिभिः also potentially मणिभिः भवति. Oh, isn't this a beautiful one? Okay. भीमः कया ताडयति.
भीमः
गदया
गदया.
ताडयति
So गदा स्त्रीलिंग. So गदया ताडयति. कम भीमः कदया कम ताडयति.
दुर्योधनं
दुर्योधनं ताडयति. सम्यक्. भीमः गदया दुर्योधनं ताडयति. Well done, guys. Gada gadaya. Okay. Oh, I got a nice another picture of उत्तरदेशः काभिः विराजते. उत्तरदेशः काभिः नदीभिः विराजते. नदी स्त्रीलिंग शब्द we have to produce. Okay. So कैः विराजते. If the question was उत्तरदेशः कैः विराजते, what would you answer?
हिमालयैः
पर्वतैः. Also easy. Okay. हिमालयः हिमालयैः. Okay. Double yakara will come. Be careful. Himalayah. Just like Ramaha goes to oh, Himalayaihi. Kshamyatam. I was adding another ya unnecessarily. Himalayaihi. Correct. Okay. Or Parvataihi. Uttaradeshah Nadibihi. I forced the pulling answer. The question is clearly Strilinga. So this would be a little bit incorrect, but because I put under slash, it's okay. Okay. Virajate. Lakshmanah kena saha aranyam gatavan saha upadappada tritiya. Ramena saha. Rama natva will happen, so nakara will come instead of nakara. So Ramena saha, not Ramena. Ramena saha aranyam gatavan. So he went to the forest with Rama. Tvam kaya likhasi.
Lekhanya.
Lekhanya, Ankanya. Very good. Lekhanya likasi, Ankanya likasi. Very good. Lekhanya, Ankanya, Sudakandena. But Kaya is there, so Sudakandena is not the direct answer. Lekhanya, Ankanya fits the linga of Kaya. But as a pullinga answer, Sudakandena is possible. Sudakandaha, Sudakandena. Okay. Likhami. Oh, okay. What I have done here, notice guys. Here I have changed the, just like earlier we learned, no, if the question was tvam, answer will be aham. That sense I have brought in here. You could do that. You could leave it as tvam likasi also. Both I will accept. At least as a evaluator, I am looking for the answer, not for whether you twisted the other words. But it is nice. Aham lekanya likhami is a better answer to tvam kaya likasi, because question is answer the following questions. Till now everything was third person. Suddenly there is a Madhyama Purusha question, no? So we have to give Uttama Purusha answer.
Sir, we
What
can
was the
also
question,
use,
Bhagini? Bhagini was saying something.
त्वं कदा लिखसि भवति महोदय?
त्वं कदा लिखसि? अहं सर्वदा लिखामि. Kada sarvada ar ह्यः लिखितवान् आर् श्वः. So लिखसि is anticipating a future, and so aham shvah lekhishyami, something like that I have to say, or aham idanim likhami. If you want to stay in lat, just say aham idanim likhami, like that. Now I will write.
sir, one
Anybody?
question.
Ha Mahodaya.
Tvam kaya likhasi, we can also say with our fingers when we say angulya also we can say.
Yeah. Aham angulya likhami. Why not? If you are writing in sand, why not?
Okay.
Or with what you call that color dipped hand. Yeah, correct. Angulya likhami. But not with angulya as an instrument of writing in the sense of holding the pen. Actually, you have to use your bare fingers if you are saying that way. Okay?
Okay, sir. Okay.
You don't want to use it in the sense of the finger holding the pen. Then you have to use more extended language. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Angulibadha lekanya, like that samastapada I have to use. Okay? Aham angulibadha lekanya likami. Means with my own fingers.
Using my finger.
Using my fingers holding the pen writing. Angulibadha lekanya. See how beautiful. That's where samastapadas become very powerful. You don't have to twist with the language. You can make a samasta and construct such a lekani as the hand-held pen. I will write with a hand-held pen. So anguli baddha lekanya likami. It's very powerful language. Okay. Okay. Fill in the blanks with instrumental case forms of the words in bracket. Krishikaha anandaha anandena jivati. So they are asking you to do the prathama to tritiya conversions. Chatraha santoshaha patham patati.
Santoshena.
Santoshena. Anatva happens because shakara is there. Anatva happens. Santoshena likati. Sevakaha dandaha shunakam tadayati.
Dandena.
Dandena. Dandena shunakam tadayati. Sad. Okay. Bhaktah pushpani devam pujayati. Pushpaihi. Very good. Pushpani is napumsaka, but after Titiya it's like Pullinga. So pushpena, pushpena, pushpabhyam, pushpaihi, like that. Okay. Pushpaihi. Sauchikaha kartari. Vastram kartayati. Kartarya. Well done. Strilinga. Kartaryaha no. Kartaryaha will become Shashti. Kartarya. Okay, that's all. No visarga. Kartarya vastram kartayati. Very good. Sandeepah mitrani saha kridati. Mitraihi saha kridati. So mitraha also goes to mitraihi. Mitram also goes to mitraihi. If you remember, mitraha is a Surya's paryaya shabda. Mitram is a friend. Is a generic reference to a friend. Okay, but both of them go to mitraihi in tritiya. No distinction. Navikah nauka nadim tarati.
Naukaya.
Naukaya. Well done. Strilinga. Akaranta strilinga. So naukaya. Sitaya. Nadim tarati. So the Navika will So Navika actually is because he uses nauka. It's funny anyway. Navikah naukaya nadim tarati. Sanyasi stotrani devam toshayati. Stotraihi, well done. Pullinga type declension after Titiya Vibhakti. Okay. Stotraihi. So stotram, stotre, stotrani, stotram, stotre, stotrani, stotraihi, stotrabhyam, stotrabihi, stotrabhyah, something like that. Ramena Ramabhyam Ramaihi. Stotraihi, stotraihi, stotrena, stotrabhyam, stotraihi. Correct. Stotraihi devam toshayate. Chatraha anguli dash gananam karoti. Angulya. Or you can use anguli bihi also. Okay. Bahuvachana also you can go. Because you can't use one finger to count. The better answer would be if you pluralize it, if you know how. But they have so far given already plural in Prathama, so we are having easy. Now they have just given Prathama, so we can say Angulya, no problem. When I say Angulya, there is a sense of using more than one of them. Chatraha Angulya or Anguli bihi, like I put in bracket there, Gananam Karoti. Chatraha Adhyapikaha Saha Sambhashante.
अध्यापिकायाः
अध्यापकाभिः
Answer is there above. Anguli bihi, give a clue. Adhyapika bihi, strilinga, ta bihi. Okay. See, Sita bihi. Sitaya, Sitabhyam, Sita bihi. Is Tritiya vibhakti. So, same way, Adhyapikaya, Adhyapikabhyam, Adhyapika bihi. Okay. Adhyapika bihi. Just remember Sita. She will help you. She is our protector. Rama Sita. Samskrita is all Rama Sita. Okay. Ramah Rakshasaah sah yuddham kritavan. Katam Rakshasaihi. Easy one. Easy one. Rakshasaihi sah yuddham kritavan. Okay. Very good. So then cat is in the house. Translate that. I will call someone. Let us Nilima Divekar. It's your turn today.
Yes.
Okay. Bagini all the way from US. Cat is in the house. Bagini. How do you say it in Sanskritam?
मार्जारः गृहे अस्ति.
Well done. Marjalah grihasya antah athava grihe. I mean, the hope from Samskrita Bharati will use in antaha and all that. But you have the freedom to bypass all that and say grihe asti. What is there? Right? But here the question, if you see, using indeclinables. Okay. So they put a little more twist into it for you. So you have to go a little far now. Grihasya antaha asti. Like that antaha being the locative. So grihe asti. But you're also right. This is okay. One more for you, Bagini. This time with the alert. Use an indeclinable. Mother brought bananas for her daughter.
माता
Hint krite. Hint krite.
माता पुत्र्याः कृते
Beautiful.
कदलीफलम् आप्नोति.
Aanayati.
आनयति.
Kadali palam va kadali palani va.
कदलीफलानि.
Not pha. Okay. Kadali phalani. Well done, Bagini.
कदलीफलानि.
Mata putriyai or putryaha krite. Well done. Shashti and then krite. Okay. Putriyai actually, sorry. Mata putryaha krite or putriyai kadali palam anitavati.
आनीतवती.
Brought, past tense. So okay. Brought is having present tense sense also. You can say anayati also. Don't worry too much about that. Well done, Bagini. Thanks. We'll let you relax. So Harshita Varye, you are the first one to join the meeting today, so I should give opportunity. Number 3 and 4 for you. Once a sage lived in a forest.
Vane Rishi
Rishihi.
Rishihi Vasati.
Vasati and then indeclinable.
Vasati Sma.
Easy. Sma is also indeclinable. So, and it needs to be past tense. Lived in a forest. So, Vane Rishihi Vasati Sma. Well done. Okay. Kadachit, once, potentially we should throw it in. Kadachit or Pura, like that. Pura is also okay for once. Okay. Kadachit Kaschana Munihi. A sage, you can bring Kaschana Munihi or Rishihi is enough. You don't need Munihi is enough. No need to put Kaschana. Vanasya Antaha Vasati Sma. So I brought in Antaha also, Sma also. But Vane Vasati Sma, Sma is enough. But you can bring 2. See, there is an opportunity to bring 3. Kadachit, Antaha, Sma, all being declinables. Okay.
Ekada can be used.
Yeah, Ekada can be used. Okay. But Ekada is not so. Ekada. Ekada can be used. Ekada, Ekaha Munihi, Vane Vasati Sma. But Kadachit is better. Slightly better. Okay. You also sense it, na? Ekada is more like Ekada Tatha Abhavat. Once it happened like that. That is better. Okay. That old woman. Bagini, you are continuing to answer
old
the.
woman speaks slowly. Vruddhaha
Vruddhaha va? Woman. Vruddha. And that old woman, that how do you bring?
Sa
vruddha. Beautiful. Sa vruddha.
Sanaihi vadati.
Well done. Shanaihi vadati. Shanaihi, you can duplicate. Mandam also you can use. Sa vruddha shanaihi atava mandam vadati, or you can even duplicate them if you wish. Shanaihi or mandam vadati. Well done, Bhagini. So you guys are all ready to, I think, score good marks. Now match the following. Let us invite someone else to help us match. Monica Variye.
Yes, Mahodaya.
Mahodaya, your turn. Yada and then whole set. How do you pair
Tada.
it? Tada.
E.
Very easy. Yadyapi.
Tathapi.
Tathapi. You're getting the very easy ones, Bhagini. Yadi.
Tarhi.
Tarhi. If so, then. Yavat.
Tavat.
Tavat. As long as, so long as. Yatha. Tatha.
Tatha.
I already told because it's only one remaining. As is, so is. Okay. Well done. So yada tada, yadyapi tathapi, yadi tarhi, yavat tavat, yatha tatha. Good to memorize them, and rather than trying to use the English equivalents, just memorize them with the Sanskrit meaning in your head. Okay. Slowly, I find myself I am not needing to translate. That's a good state to reach. In fact, I would more or less tend to translate other languages into Sanskrit in my head as a practice always. Okay, so with that, Vyavaharika Shabdavalihi, we will do this and then call it a day. So let us see what's there today. Today's Vyavaharika Shabdaha. Which volunteer will help us? Pavan Kumar Varya, can you unmute for us?
Mahodaya.
Mahodaya. Pavan Varya, if you can read 1 through 10 slowly with the Sanskrit word and you, straight from the beginning, Vyavaharika Shabda.
Vyavaharika Shabda, Gruha Vibhagaha, Prasadaha, Palace, Bhojana Prakoshtaha, Dining Hall, Shauchalayah, Toilet, Stambha, Pillar.
Well done.
Kupaha, well.
Punah, Kshamyata.
Stambha, pillar. Kupaha, well. Attaha, upper story. Antarattaha, cellar or basement. Mruchadaha, tile. Chadihi, roof. Vrutihi, fence.
Vritti is more about work or some circular things. Like Vrittihi is fence. Okay, so subtle. Well done. Thanks, Varya. So prasadaha. See, prasadaha na prasadaha palace. Bhojana prakoshtaha, easy yogika shabda. Bhojana being food and prakoshta being room. So dining hall sense comes there. Okay. Shaucha alayaha, again a yogika shabda. Shaucha means cleanliness. Alaya means a place that hosts such a thing. So shauchalayah, toilet. Stambah, okay, direct word for pillar. Kupaha, again direct word for well. We use kupi to mean bottle. So kupi strilinga is bottle. Kupaha pullinga is well. Okay. All right. Attaha, upper story. Antarattaha, internal level. So used for cellar, basement sense. Antarattaha, more like inside story. I mean, it's obviously adha sense could have been there, but somehow antarattaha has been used for that. Mritchadaha, mrit means mud, chadaha means roof. Chadaha is used in the sense of a piece of the roof, like that. So tile. Okay, mritchadaha, tile. Chadihi means the whole roof. Okay, so so you can see chadanam upayujya chadihi bhavati. So using tiles there is roof, right? Okay, and then vritihi fence. Okay, Thanks, Varya. Now we'll invite Trupti Varya to join us.
Yes.
Please go through 11 through 20 slowly, Bhagini.
Vitardihi, elevated place at the entrance or a balcony veranda.
Nice name, Vitardihi.
Pakshala, kitchen. Dwar Shrunkala, door lock or bolt.
Just one correction. Bhagini said Dwara Shrunkala. Don't go Shru, don't go Shri. Shri is kind of the northern accent. Shru is the southern accent. The actual pronunciation is in between Shri. So Dwara Shrunkala. Shrunkala. Don't go Shrunkala. Don't go Shrinkala. Try to go Shrang. Shrang. Don't go Shrankala also. There is no there is no E, there is no U. It is its own swara. R is its own swara. So shrankala. So A should not, it's very difficult to practice. A should not come, E should not come, U should not come. Avoiding all these three, you should produce that sound. That will be R. Okay? Shrinkala.
Dwara Shrunkala. Door lock or bolt. Dehli, threshold. Puja Gruham, puja room. Dwaram, door. Vatayam, window or ventilator. Sopanam, step. Mukhadwaram, gate. Toranam, buntings.
Nice. See, Vitardihi, veranda. Pakashala, again a yaugika shabda. Okay? Paka and Shala, similar to Bhojana Prakoshta. I mean, Bhojana Prakoshta, because Bhojana indicates eating, it is more applicable to the dining area. Whereas Paka indicates cooking, Pakashala indicates kitchen. Nice, na? How the distinction, right? Dwara Shrinkala. So, Dwara we know is door. Shrinkhala obviously is the name for something to tie. Actually, Shrinkhala was also used earlier in the sense of chain to bind something, right? So probably it is from that, because olden days the door lock used to be chain with a hook, right? So maybe it's coming from that era, but that's okay. We'll apply it to a bolt today. Then Dehali, see, our capital actually is a threshold. Threshold for what, we don't know yet. We keenly await that. Okay, Dehali threshold. Okay, but it has been the threshold for everybody to enter India. Sadly, it has suffered a lot. But I have a beautiful threshold here, a beautiful temple. Maybe this is okay, I don't know where. Okay, puja griham. Okay, puja room. Again a yogika shabda. Puja yatra bhavati griham. So then dwaram, direct word, just like vitardi. So beside door. Vatayanam, another yogika shabda. Okay, vataha means wind. Ayanam means the bringing in. Okay, or some way, conduit, that sense of. Okay, so vata ayanam or ayanam, one of them is there in that savarna. There is, but roughly I can kind of make out vataha, wind, and then ayanam, conduit, sense of there. Okay, so window or ventilator. What a beautiful Rajasthani ventilator. I wish we can have one like that for all our homes. Sopanam, step. Okay, direct, almost a direct word. Then mukhadwaram, again an engineered word, yaugika shabda. Mukhadwaram. So it has been applied for gate. Okay, because dwaram is there, then mukhadwaram has been put for that. It's practice, by practice you have to give. I would more give Vritti Dwaram or something like that. Fence door, like that. Okay. Toranam, buntings. This though all of us know Torana. We all put it for our festivals and every day we put it for our houses, etc. So buntings, Toranam. Well done. Nice words. So I think with that, let us call it a day. So we will start with the Prahelika tomorrow and keep blowing on into the 6th lesson. Okay. So have a nice balanced day and let's do a
Sir,
prayer
one
and
question.
conclude. If you have questions, yeah, please, sir.
Sir, this you are saying something about Yaukika Shabda.
Yaugika Shabda, what the terminology used means when you do yoga of two words and engineer a new word, it's called Yaugika Shabda.
Yaugika.
So we are doing a samasta pada of two different things and bringing a new sense to the new compound word. That is called Yaugika Shabda. Means yojanam yatra bhavati tatra yaugikam dharma asti. Finally, what is yoga? Yoga, as you know, is simply means union, right? So that's what Yaugika Shabda means. A word which is constructed from a union.
Okay. So
just like
Samyukta Shabda. So what is
Samyukta is used for same yuj dhatu only in Samyukta. Samyak yojita aksharanam Samyukta aksharam iti tatra rudhi bhasha.
But so Samyukta is used for akshara.
No, it is just, see, it is just rudhi. There, Samyukta is no different than Yaugika. Yaugika means joined, that sense. Okay. Yukta Shabdaha we don't say, we say Yaugika Shabdaha, like that. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Yojanat agatam iti yaugikam. Okay. Coming from union, yaugikam.
Okay, thanks.
There is lot of taddita usage in Sanskritam. These variations that we do to the mula, no? So, for example, how does kru dhatu generate karyam, right? That is there is a taddita process to generate it. Kru dhatu is to do, but karyam is the thing that is done. So there is a pratyaya technique in Sanskritam to take kru to karyam or karya or whatever. Okay, all right. So with that, we'll do a prayer. सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ नमः सर्वेभ्यः
धन्यवाद महोदय
धन्यवादः पुनः एकादशवादने